Oh yeah.
So young men today, man, what is the report about young men today?
Yo, this is very interesting, and I think this study came out in 2023.
Okay.
So, and it says that almost 50% of men, so 45% of men between 18 and 25 have never approached a woman in real life.
That's
Uh,
wild, bro.
that's staggering, and so obviously, we got social media nowadays. You can just DM somebody. You know,
That's not the way to
the
go,
DM.
bro.
This is a layered conversation.
Super
So
layered,
I
bro.
really wanna. I'll give my take first. Like, so you got the social media component that has kind of made people like not have to do it. You
Yeah.
got dating apps, from me, where you could just swipe
Yeah.
and you don't really got to do nothing. And then you have the guys that are feel like women should come to them,
Yeah.
and then you have guys that can't take rejection.
You got the you. I'm gonna mention another group as soon as you get done with your
It's
groups.
layered, and I just personally feel that coming from my era, you know what I'm saying? It was like you had to kind of approach girls, and
Oh yeah.
it was fun, being a kid and going to the mall or going
To
to
the skating
wherever.
rink.
Yo, like, who's gonna
Mm.
get the most numbers?
Stop it.
You
Me.
gotta have you write it.
Chan.
You write it on your pen. She write it on your hand. She write it on a piece
You
of
know what I mean?
paper. You had to overcome nerves. You had to like think of what you were gonna say. You had to be kind of charismatic. It builds character. Approaching women builds character.
A lot of it helps you. I mean, because rejection builds character.
Yo, facts.
That's gonna grow you up a lot quicker than great job. Do better. That's gonna get you. That's gonna get you together.
You
Like,
gotta figure out like, damn, like what do I gotta do? Gotta go back to the drawing board. Yo, I need to
We-
smell good. I need to like get a different hair. Like
when you walk up to Shorty and ask her for a hug, and she's like, in seventh grade, you're feeling down. You might hit the gym that night,
yeah, man,
like, cause you
it's
gotta, you know what I mean?
motivation.
Oh.
So I just do. I think it's gonna change. It, probably not, but I just want to put it out there that women do. Well, let me say this. I can't speak for women, but I know that people like being desired. So if you approach someone in a respectful manner, you know what I'm saying, then you may see good results. However,
Amen.
there are a lot of women who kind of put the message out there like that they don't want to be approached. So there's like, nah, if I'm in the bookstore, don't talk to me. If I'm in the grocery store, don't talk to me. If I'm in the gym, don't talk to me. So
Yeah.
now guys are like, damn, like they ain't going. So like I don't want to hop down and I'm misreading the situation.
Okay.
But
Let me take you back to elementary, middle school, because we left out the most important part. Because some niggas just write numbers down. So when you get back home and you with your guys, like after y'all leave the rink or whatever, we gotta call them numbers, bro.
yeah.
And the shorty don't answer. That number don't count, bro. Don't play with me. You got 5 pieces of paper in your hand. Nigga, get out of here, bro. You seen I was at shorty neck all night. But here's the other group that we did speak on. You kind of touched on it just now. The guys who got influenced by the Me Too movement. They became very frightened
Hey.
to approach women. Like, and I think that's really the linchpin of it. Like, because you could have a regular, confident young man, but he has kind of been filled with, if you did anything, it could go left, bro.
Yo, if
It
you
could go super left for you.
don't grab her hand.
Woo.
Don't touch the
the small of her
don't
back.
touch the elbow.
Ooh,
Like
brother.
that used to be a little tap the elbow.
You know what I mean? You
Yo,
do this right here.
excuse me. Yo, excuse me.
Hey.
But now, keep your hands to yourself.
And that lack of physical interaction, that just cancels a lot of moving forward by itself. Because you be in the vibe, man. Shorty catch a vibe when you touch a small of her back. She didn't know she liked you until that. Like, oh my, he touched me like that. Like, he's a confident guy. Like, I don't mind. And I think the ladies still like that, but sometimes they don't understand that they've kind of like squashed that with a lot of the rhetoric around toxic masculinity and boys will be boys and
then also we gotta say like some of these guys is out of pocket. Some of y'all gotta chill.
Who? What they doing, bro?
Yo, bro, being too aggressive.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Not knowing how to be respectful and not just handling rejection well. It's a numbers game. So that's what
it is.
The law of averages, that you learn law of averages. So you know what I'm saying? You go at 10, you might get 4. You might get 5.
What?
The more you shoot, you gotta just keep shooting.
I'm not a volume shooter, brother. I'm a finesse guy. Like I'm not a volume shooter.
Sniper.
I'm a sniper. I see her from a distance and I hold that place. All right. The wind is about 3 degrees.
It's a calculated approach.
I'm very calculated. I might be sitting still for a minute.
Yeah.
Right on target though. That's who I'm not the volume shooter.
Yeah. But I'm saying either approach is cool, but you gotta just take it on the chin.
Yeah, you gotta learn what works for you type shit.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of 18 to 25. I don't have a son, but you know what I'm saying? If I had a son,
Think about your daughters though, bro. What they supposed to be approaching these guys? Sadie Hawkins forever?
Well, I will say this. It is okay for women to shoot their shot as well. Do
you like it when women shoot their shot? Because you just was talking about how you enjoy the conquest. So are you a fan of that for real? Does it work out?
I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
You appreciate it to the point, obviously you're flattered.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Do you go for it?
I mean,
do you wife it up?
In a hypothetical sense.
Do you wife it? No, not hypothetical, because you married now, so the results are in, bro.
Yeah.
Were you wifing chicks up that was getting at you?
It's usually the other way around.
You're getting at them.
Yeah.
And you wife up the one that you got it.
Yeah.
And then the joint that got at you, that's a Saturday night, maybe once or twice.
The perception is a little different, but it could go either way. Yeah. So when I'm being pursued, then there is a different perspective. The perception is a little different as opposed to me pursuing. I think psychologically that just works both ways. The desire level is affected based on who's approaching who. I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if a baddie shoots a shot, you're gonna slide.
All right, bro. Here's the real facts. How many baddies have shot they shot?
They're really not. They're not doing it.
Zero, brother.
They're not doing it.
The baddies, they didn't shoot they shot with me. They didn't. Yeah. They graciously allowed me to shoot mine.
So they'll give you a sign.
Yeah.
They'll give you a look.
Yeah.
They'll give you an inkling.
You know what I mean?
It's a green light here. You know what I'm saying? And then you got.
But it's a limited time.
Social cues.
You with them.
You gotta be able to pick up.
You gotta be very aware.
You gotta be so. It's really all. I mean, I don't. I'm a proponent of, guys pursuing women. That's kind of I'm old school like that.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that pursuit of a woman, learning those lessons, do you think that'll help you in business or sport or other areas of your life?
This is transferable. That's when I was transferable skills. That's what I was saying.
Sales.
Law of averages. I'm in sales. I'm in financial services. I know that if I call 10 people, I have to call 10 people to get 4 meetings.
Yeah.
And then out of those 4 meetings, we may close 3. We may close 2.
Brother, I'm closing a whole.
But it's you got to just keep putting up shot. The more activity, you can't control the outcome, but you can control the activity.
See, this is so crazy because right now you talking about your style. Your style is you a volume shooter. Oh. I'm the one. I see you walk in the bank Monday, January 1st. I see you again February 1st. This time I noticed you wore purple, and I'm thinking, last time Shorty had on purple as well. That's crazy. I'm logging that.
Yeah.
I might see you walk in with your grandma one day, and her name is Lucille. Now, month 4, I'm coming up to you like, yo, how's Lucille?
Cerebral.
Here's a lilac just for you. I would love to sit down with you and have a discussion about your finances. See, I'm like literally,
Yeah.
I don't want to waste the
attention
time.
to detail.
So I don't have time. I can't be looking at 10 at once. I gotta be looking at 1, and I might close 10 all year, but it's gonna be a big deal each time.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with it. But either way, you are building the practices to achieve.
It's tenacity. It's just
Go.
like you're molding. This is real life stuff, man. So you can't be afraid, man. You got, bro. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
If Shorty say yes or no,
it doesn't matter.
It's over, bro.
It doesn't matter.
It don't matter if she can go back to her homegirl and say, "Ooh, he just got at me," and I turned him down.
It doesn't matter.
Let that go, bro. Let it go.
There's times where you. But hey, if you gotta have the belief in yourself, like, yo, I'm still him.
This the real question. When Shorty walk over to her homegirl and say, he just got at me, I let him go. What's she gonna say when she said, oh, he got at me yesterday? Cause he's a volume shooter, bitch. He don't give a fuck. He's throwing up every shot, and he swished my ass. So I don't care what you're talking about, and neither does he. I'm ready to fuck with this nigga. Guys, young men, do y'all see this guy's been off the market for years? Do y'all see how excited he is just to even reminisce on them outings when he used to be with the gang, or even when he approached his wife for the first time? Like, understand, that's real conquest.
Ironically, we met on a dating app.
Hey.
But, that just was unexpected. But, and it was definitely a mutual vibe, but I had to go ahead and lock that down for sure.
So we talking about young men. Guys, look, this is the only thing. I don't want you to end up in this sort of position right here.
Yeah. This is Carl, my husband of 26 years, and this is Tiger, my husband of 10 years. Look at this. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Shorty's married to 2 guys.
Easy. Carl and I are entrepreneurs. We run several companies online, and we've written several books together.
For a living, I'm an investor. I sit around and look at numbers and charts and watch stock market all day.
Every lady should have 2 husbands. I'm legally married to Carl for the past 26 years. We have 3 kids together. When we decided that we wanted to have this multiple relationship structure in our marriage, we went straight to our kids and talked to them about it. We told them exactly what it was, exactly what it was not, and we always kept the door open for them to ask questions, share their thoughts, opinions, feelings, and we always supported them.
All right. Good.
We can pause that. Hold on, bro. Before you even speak
What show is this?
on anything, searching for a brother husband? Is that what it's called? I don't. Before you even comment, bro, we're gonna go to another clip. Shorty's a menace. She's wild.
He's here.
I've been very cool. All right.
I'm gonna give a brief synopsis. This woman who has 2 husbands is introducing them to her new boyfriend.
Okay.
Oh my God! Baby!
Shorty's excited. She's excited to see this guy.
I'm so glad to see you. You look awesome.
It'll be my first time meeting David. I'm not sure what to expect. Hey.
David.
Hey, what's up, baby?
Carl.
What's happening?
Wow. They're embracing like real brothers. They haven't seen each other in 10 years, David and Carl. Carl is her husband, one of them, and David is her boyfriend. And they're like old friends.
And this is Tiger David.
I love about you, man. You want to say that, like?
Yes, bro. Me and you didn't hug like this when we saw each other today, bro.
Let me take your
What's going on, bro? What do these guys know about brotherhood that we perhaps are missing out on?
I don't even know what to say. Like, for me,
You never considered this?
dog, come on, man.
Bro, like for
What do
real.
I look like?
What's wrong with that, bro? Like,
Nah, I just don't think. Well, me personally, for me, it's
bro, we just discussed living separately from your partner. A week ago, you're opening up to that. You're warming up to
nah.
that.
It's just, well, I won't even. I'll take myself out of it. I think that it's just not really in a woman's nature to really pursue multiple men like that. I might get flack for this, but if you for a woman that's truly having her needs met by one guy, isn't just naturally inclined to seek out other male partners. It's just not it's not common. It's not really.
I agree with
natural,
you. Wholeheartedly.
Especially if you're in your. And I hate using this because it's such a buzzword.
Don't
now.
say it, bro. I know what you're gonna say, bro.
You're in your feminine.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say you're a soft girl.
No. If you're really tapped into your femininity,
facts.
Like as a woman, like pure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you got a man that's, meeting your needs.
Yeah.
You're not really doing this. Like, you're not really. And then the guy that is going for that, I couldn't go for that. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't go for that.
Yeah. Obviously, I would never marry a woman who is married to another man. That just doesn't even make sense. Obviously, my wife
it is not legal.
Cannot take a husband. My wife can't do that. That's not even, baby. That's laughable. Could she have a boo? Look, man, I don't know, bro. Look, if I'm very rich, right, and I'm doing my thing so much, I would probably say, all right, baby, I'm out here, I'm doing my thing. We gotta have a discussion. I know you're upset. I can't stop doing this. Like I can't stop living my life with these other women. I don't want to be unfair to you. I don't want you to leave my home because you're a wonderful woman. I still couldn't even do it then.
That's crazy.
Because it's like, it really is the truth of the matter, bro. Like, my concern is, what do you need? You need some dick? Like, what do you need? Like, because
he could be supporting her, emotionally and validating her in ways.
Oh, you definitely can have that guy. Y'all talk on the phone and he supports you emotionally and validates your feelings. You got it. Can like, if that's what it is, if that's your homie and he's in his soft girl era too, y'all both can do y'all thing. But if y'all can't be smashing.
Why not?
Because for me, it really is. It goes back to what you said. I genuinely will become curious as to what are you needing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it really physical intimacy or emotional stability?
Yeah. Something's not being fulfilled.
Like, something in my mind, something's off, because my question would be, okay, well, why aren't you focusing on your goals and your achievements? Why aren't you focusing on raising my children? Why aren't you focusing on building the community around us and my home? Like, the real things that a woman is that I see that they actually enjoy focusing on. Like, I have never deemed that a woman actually likes to sleep around with different guys. Like, she actually enjoys this. I have seen women do it. I've talked to women about it. I've been cheated on. And again, in those scenarios, the woman is unhappy. Like, if a woman was cheating on me, she might have slept with this guy literally just to put it in my face, like, look at what you're making me feel like. When my homegirls are they're cheating or they're sleeping with multiple guys, and I have the conversation, the sadness does become very clear. Like, I'm alone, I'm lonely, I'm feeling out of control, I'm not feeling confident about certain things, so I'm trying to make up for it. So
it's always something, and the most interesting thing about this dynamic is that they have 3 kids.
That was weird to me.
So I always think about the kids, man, and so explaining it to them and asking them how they feel about it, and taking them, on that journey with you. I don't think it's the ideal framework for children to see, and I'm not, condemning it. I just don't think it's the ideal scenario. And they have sons. They have I don't think I saw all sons.
I think 2 sons and a daughter.
Yeah, I don't think this is an ideal framework for children or model for children to see, because then they may want to emulate that, and then I don't.
Let me ask you this question: if everything is presented 100% appropriately, safely, in a healthy manner, and that's what the kids see. My mother is with these men. My mother and father, they have businesses together. My father, he also has another wife. He took a wife after she took a husband. Yeah, I mean, and so I will actually introduce, because it's crazy, but when you hear the story, it's less crazy, I guess. Yeah. So what happened was Carl, her first husband, the light-skinned guy with the dreads, he came to her like, look, babe, he said 12 years into the marriage, I'm in work, I have a co-worker, we've been taking trips together, business related, and we're falling for one another. He came to her honestly and shared that information, so I have to commend that. That's stronger.
You gotta respect the honesty. Yeah,
a lot of guys not doing that. They most guys not doing that. They literally falling in love in private, and the paperwork show up on a random day for their wife. So he came to Shorty, yo, this is what we doing. She said, okay, let me visit, let me wrap my mind around that. And over time, they came to the conclusion, let's develop a strategy around this and understand what we're doing and introduce it to all our friends and family and tell them what we're doing. She married this other guy, Tiger, and he married, his girl. So is it super weird?
So the 2 husbands both have other wives?
Tiger doesn't have another wife. He's the second husband. So he's really lost in the sauce. I don't know. He doesn't have another girl. He just had to move out of Shorty's bedroom because her new boyfriend. I don't know about him. He's lost in the sauce.
I mean, so we never really know what impact these things are gonna have until years later, right? Yeah. If you have kids, so you can go in with a pure intent and and do it in a sensible way, like you just described. Where this is like a logical decision. This is like we're showering our children with love and giving them everything that they need, and we're being transparent and this and the third. It's not what you say, it's what you do. Right? Yeah. So you don't really know what their relationships will look like in the future and how psychologically this scenario has impacted them. And that's not really 100% in your control, but you're a huge influence on it, right? Yeah. That's just will be my thought process, right? In this scenario.
And then ultimately your thought process starts with where you can start and finish. My wife can't have another dude. My kids can't. I could never explain
that. What are we talking about?
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Never. If I find out Shorty got another dude, it is definitely do your thing. I'm gonna, take a step back. I wasn't fulfilling some needs for you, and I hope that he proves capable of filling the needs that he wasn't required to feel while I was around. You know what I mean? Shout out to them and their. But NEYO, because he got 3 kids.
I was waiting for the flip side. I was waiting for the flip side of this.
He got some kids.
Because I know they're gonna be like, "Oh, what if it was a man? Like, what's the problem?" Like, so all right. So NEYO,
his baby mama just came out and she's upset because he kissed his girl. He's walking around with him all the time.
Yeah, that was the first time. So the viral clip with NEYO kissing his 3 wives backstage. It's a big thing, and this is the first time I saw this.
Oh, you didn't know he was doing the polygamy thing before this?
this is the first time I saw it. Maybe I heard like
Okay.
rumblings, but I didn't really know what was going on. I'm not tapped in.
Cause I've been walking around hand in hand with these chicks for like a year now. Like,
yeah.
as soon
I
as his
think I might have
divorce was
seen this before.
finalized, yeah, like he was on top of it. But so he gave all three of them like at one time type.
It was one by one, like they were lined up, and he kissed them one by one, and then he went to go, I guess, perform or do something. You know,
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So
yeah, shout out to that. I mean, I'm not personally impressed by that. I mean, that's cool, I guess, but
well, it just a lot of the comments they were saying that they were questioning his sexuality at one point.
Oh yeah.
So to see this was a little surprise. So to see this was a little surprising.
Okay. Okay. He's on his Shannon Sharp. He's covering up for something.
Allegedly. And
I don't believe that,
he
guys.
did go viral with his ex with her berating him in a bedroom and calling him Diddy Jr. and saying that he has freak offs. So people have freak offs. So I kind of thought about that when I saw that video. Yeah, I mean, and so since this is the flip side of it, obviously I don't know their relationship dynamic, if they live together, if he's married to any of them legally, or if they have other men. But I will say that men and women are different, and this is kind of not surprising for a man to want to be with multiple women, right?
That's boys will be boys. Let's bring that back. Let's make that great again.
Yeah, we're not the same. Like, men and women are not the same, and so
it's like playing basketball to me. Like when I'm juggling, you know what I mean. When I'm in there, I'm giving it my all, and I love to do that. It's not really always about the emotional connection. So I'll be real with y'all. It's not the same. It is despicable to cheat on your partner and deceive them, but I mean.
Yeah, no. So yeah, it's about honesty and transparency and providing what your partner wants, and so the monogamy is not like on this pedestal that it once was, right? And so it's not shouldn't be looked down upon, but it's about, is it a positive dynamic? Is it a loving dynamic? Is it are the people happy?
Do the parties understand what's going on?
Like,
do y'all know? Both of y'all know what's going on. That's really all. So when we ask, do people know what's going on, man? Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they might run across a random phone number.
But I watched this show on Showtime called Couples Therapy. It's really good, especially if you've actually been to couples therapy. And they had a poly couple on there. Maybe they had a couple of them, but it always seems to me that someone ends up being slighted.
Yeah,
there's always the concept of, well, not always, but there's usually a concept of primary partner. This is my primary partner, and then we're the decision makers, and then the other person's not the decision. It's always like, it doesn't seem to be successful in the long run, from what I've seen.
I don't have to live it out, bro. I've had 2 male best friends before, and sometimes that'll get a little dicey. We closer than y'all. Like, so I got 2 girlfriends. Y'all are constantly gonna be thinking that I'm doing more for the other. Like, it's just, I've had 2 girlfriends. Like, you know what I mean? So it's whatever, bro.
Seems like a lot.
You got 2 daughters, bro. They be jealous of each other type shit probably sometimes, and that's bro. Come on, so.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for most people. You gotta figure it out, guys.
Don't try it at home.
If you do that, you gotta crack the code.
And people think it's just about money. The last thing I'll say is, people think it's just about, if I have the money, I'll do it. Like men. Bro. It's not just about the money.
Nah, bro. You gotta have the energy and the wherewithal.
The emotional intelligence.
The mouthpiece to get it off. Like, you really are navigating a fine line.
Providing infrastructure, having time. Like, I think you said that.
It's just
Like,
too much.
it's a lot more
It's
than
too
just
much,
I got money, so I got all these. Like, no, yeah. So,
No, bro. So one of the homies, Steve Smith Sr. Do you know who that is?
yeah, the football player.
The football player, man, breaks my heart.
Hey, yo, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you been fucking my wife, bro. What you gotta say for yourself?
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? You fucking knew she was married.
Hey man, I'm gonna kill the suspense. Steve Smith didn't say nothing else after I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, man, you're fucking the nigga's wife.
What else do you want him to say? I mean,
what would you say?
my bad.
Damn, cuz.
I mean,
I probably would say I'm sorry too.
yeah, that's the right thing to do.
Bro.
That's the right thing to do is to apologize. You know, it's wrong.
Shorty bad though. You know she bad, nigga. Like, what's up? I couldn't help myself, bro.
Yeah, this story was like, well, what I'll say is, when you expose your partner for cheating, what it does is it makes you look bad.
Oh, definitely. Each and every time.
So you gotta be a type of person that's like, well, I don't give a fuck. I'm doing it anyway. From a male perspective, you make yourself even look even more bad.
You just look weaker.
Yeah.
Weak.
Like it's like, bro, you're
Shorty cheating.
what? You're just,
Like,
what are you gonna do? You gonna go beat him up? You're on the
No,
phone.
bro.
You're hey yo this and that, and then it's like,
bro, did you want to verify it, bro? The number was saved in Shorty phone is 3, and the text was reading, I wanted you to stick it down your throat again before you left. I mean, Shorty response was, I would have gagged on it, but I had to come home. So I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. At that point, we don't need to confirm a motherfucking thing except what
but to
time.
record, but the purpose of, okay, you have the conversation with him, you know, man to man over the phone. You have a phone conversation with him. You're recording it. You're recording it for purposes of putting it on the internet.
Yeah.
That's a little weird to me. So, yeah.
You
So,
looking for some support somehow.
no,
You just
there's
want some
no-
support,
there's
bro.
no sympathy, bro. Nobody cares.
They really don't care, bro. For
No.
real, like,
No.
niggas might give you a pat on the back, but when you turn around, they're snickering, bro. For real.
No, like, nobody
give a fuck,
cares.
bro.
Hey, bro, just get a divorce.
Yeah, facts. nigga.
Stand up for yourself. Go take this evidence that you have and go get a lawyer.
Facts, bro.
And
Facts.
go to the internet, bro.
Bro.
Like, cause now you just embarrassed yourself. You embarrassed your wife and your family.
Bro, you come
Steve
to me.
Smith is still rich. He's still on TV. He's
Yeah.
still Steve Smith. Now you're the guy
who crashed out
whose
for no
wife
reason.
got smashed by Steve. We didn't even know that.
Bro, we ain't know. Yo,
We didn't even know.
Your wife kind of cute too, bro. Like, that's now you got niggas' minds elsewhere. They're not concerned for you.
No.
They're literally just making a mockery of you,
No.
and now sexually fantasizing about your wife. Like,
Yeah.
they really, bro. Yeah, bro.
And then what do you expect? What do you expect him to say? So my thing is, you never approach the man.
I'm 50-50 on that.
Like, you know,
I'll be
like,
wanting to know. Like, I'm
it-
50-50 on that. Like,
it's like, what is? I won't say never. I won't say never. But you know, it's just you take that up with your wife, man.
it's for me.
And it's like going to him. She is a married woman, so if you're someone who respects the sanctity of marriage, like, you know, you won't cross that line. But a lot of people don't care; they just gone. So if you're that type of individual, then the conversation is gonna be very apathetic.
Let me ask you.
It's
this,
like,
bro.
oh, I'm sorry.
What if he was really calling that nigga on some, hey, bro, shorty mine. Like, I see what's going on. I'm gonna slap the shit out of you next time I see you. If I see you around here again, nigga.
That's a better approach.
What if that was what he was waiting for Steve to, like, open his mouth, he say, "Shut the fuck up, nigga. I'm talking right now, nigga."
Yeah.
Like, what if that's how he did it? Like,
so I would respect it a little more, but even still, because the approach it's yeah, I would respect it a little more, but even I would respect it a little more, but I don't agree with that approach. Like, it's just, bro, you gotta take an L, man. I don't know if you feel like this is about respect, and you just gotta go get your respect, or you standing on it, like you forgive her, but you gotta still get that out. Like, I understand that.
I don't know if that's my vibes. Well, I don't.
I'm out of here. I'm out of there. Sorry. Hey, I'm out of there.
Yeah, I'm not communicating with dude unless I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, we both finna drag her. Like, if I'm really deep in my feelings, I'm like, okay, all right, bro, let's commingle, let's convene, let's get together. You mad at her? I'm done with her. Let's just drag her.
We've seen that happen before.
We've seen that happen to
they'll conspire and kind of come together and be like, oh, da da da.
Shorty's flaw. Let's just, but the boxes. You know what? Let's me and you work together from here on out, and just. But obviously, in that scenario, most of the time, one of the niggas gonna be a lame, and he not gonna go with it for real. He gonna be still trying to hold Shorty down, like, oh, cuz tried to do this. Anyway, whatever the case, stay out of messy situations.
You gotta stand up for yourself and get out of that situation, man. It's not going. Like, it's one thing.
He said I would have gagged on.
It's what that's what I can't get over. So it's one thing to, know that your wife has sex with another, but then that's a whole nother
crazy.
That's a whole nother dynamic that some people can never get over.
She's talking nuts to this man.
You can't get over that.
So, last thing on this topic, I think I just forgot it, but I did see something recently, ladies. I'm gonna just give y'all a piece of advice. I saw a viral piece of content. The woman said she caught her husband cheating. Her next step was to contact the woman. After that, her next step was to bring the woman lunch and dinner and breakfast to ingratiate herself to the woman. Her next step after that was to tell the woman, look, we're in this together now. It's me, you, and him now. I'm holding you down, you holding him down, he holding us down. That was the smartest shit I've ever seen in my whole life. Because obviously, you're going to get what you really want in the end, which is this man. And you're going to scare away his side piece. And I'm going to be for real with you. If he finds out that you did this, he will say, wow, what a wonderful woman. She truly supports me. Ty, if your wife found out you were cheating, but you never would do this, and she said, okay, I'm going to become best friends with his side piece, and we're going to start a relationship, would you trust it?
Nah.
How long would you go along with it? Like when your wife said, hey, all right, me and her linking up here to do a surprise party for you, definitely pull up. Would you pull up?
Yeah.
Okay, so you would be with the...
I'm going to just be curious to see what's really going on. But in the back of my mind, I'm going to just be like a little skeptical of the situation for sure.
You're approaching your demise, bro. At that point, you're definitely walking into a trap. It's a setup, bro. Don't do it. I would think. Okay. All right. We got a few more minutes.
What about the did you hear the Glorilla song?
The Glorilla song. I didn't hear the song. I heard about Duke Dennis.
Yeah, Duke Dennis. So the song is kind of like whatever, song is I like Glow's energy on the record. She kind of took over the Georgiana flow on there, and she said, I'm paraphrasing, but I like my guys tall and brown, and mix with a little bit of ugly. They say shoot or shoot. Duke Dennis, what's up with you?
Oh yeah, that's exactly what
so okay.
She's a volume shooter.
Are you say so in listening to it, there's two lines. There's tall and brown mixed with a little bit of ugly.
Yes.
And then there's another line that says shoot or shoot.
Yes.
Duke Dennis, what's up with you? So are the two lines related?
That's what Duke Dennis asked. They are. They are, Duke Dennis.
So
you still apparently are the sexiest streamer on the internet, nigga. But yes, she was talking about you.
Okay, so
brown skinned dude mixed with a little bit of ugly. That's you.
A little bit. So this is a thing that I've heard, a term that I've heard a lot of women on the internet say. They prefer their man to be medium ugly, right?
Yeah,
they don't want a guy that's too handsome, too fine, that too many women would be attracted to normally. So they want him to be a little ugly. I even saw on the Pop the Balloon show, one of the girls popped a balloon because she said the guy was too handsome. So he was too much of a pretty boy or something like that.
It is a lot of drawbacks to very positive characteristics. You know, yeah, a lot of women are afraid to step up to that competition. I think most women want a C+ guy. Like, they don't even want a B- guy. They want a guy who a lot of other women are not going to compete with them over. Especially, and I've seen the studies. After 30, this is especially true. They don't necessarily want 6 foot 6 figures after 30. That's too much competition. It's too much pressure. It's way too much for them. I've heard women say they were out with a guy on the first date. He said he exercises regularly. They didn't want to kick it with cuz no more because now they got to put in too much work behind it.
Oh, man.
So I think that's a loser's mentality for sure.
Yeah, come on, man.
I hope that you do better. Here's what I hope you don't do later in life is blame that man because you settled, which I've seen on a lot of sitcoms. So shout out to the ladies liking they dude mixed with a little bit of ugly.
Yeah, I mean, I heard the opposite. It goes both ways, and we would have to do. I would have to look into this a little more, but I think that the attractive guys are obviously, like you said, it's going to be more competition. Women are not. Most women, I would say, don't want to compete, right?
Yeah.
They like you either want me or you don't, or it's a vibe or it's not.
Yeah.
Right. The guy that's medium ugly has less options.
Yes.
And so therefore the competition is less, and he might treat you better. He might even treat you better.
He might. He might not too.
He might not too. It's a
50-50.
Yeah. So you try to go for and thinking that's the safe.
That's
pick,
really.
But
I don't know.
He might be a savage too.
Sometimes, because dudes are not required to be the prettiest one at the party to go home with the,
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
So
that's a fact.
Sometimes that guy is gonna be trying to boost his self-esteem through sleeping with more women, like type shit.
Overconfident, right? But then it's like sometimes you got the attractive guy that's doesn't have a personality.
Yeah, that happens.
No swag. No aura, as the kids would say.
I met these niggas before. I don't want to talk to them.
Okay, if a woman says that you're medium ugly, how do you feel about that? Are you offended or are you?
I don't care. Like, what? I mean, did I just like get at her, or is this my girl? Like,
I mean, it's a woman that you just met. Like, let's say you just connected, and there's an attraction level. Let's say y'all go out, for on a date or something, and y'all start talking like, yeah, like what made you, like how is it? Yeah, like I saw you and da 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 da, and I was attracted, and then and the reason why I like you, Chandler, is because you're medium ugly.
Damn, baby, I'm extra large ugly, so you got it fucked up. I don't know what you meant by that, but I'm probably the ugliest one. But what do you mean by that, babe?
Okay,
I was just like, what do you mean by that? Like I wouldn't care.
You're not ugly. You're handsome, but you're not extremely handsome. You're kind of ugly. You're like
I would genuinely lose attraction to her, but not because she thinks I'm unattractive myself. I would lose attraction to her because she has such low self-esteem and she has to approach men like at a low level.
So is that,
and then also try to like bring them down through insulting them. Like I was like, what? Like,
So, so the person that you go after is an indicator of how you feel about yourself.
oh, that's a fact. Yeah.
So if you want medium ugly guys, that's what you feel like you deserve.
And if you want thoughts, you must not be very good at getting women. That's
And I'll say this:
it's a lot of the guys.
I would personally be offended. Don't call me medium ugly. If you don't think I'm handsome,
You know what?
we can't even really.
Who has not told this man about the sparkle
You can't even
in his eyes
No,
lately, nigga?
I'm just saying. You can't even tell me like, hey, you know what? I wasn't really attracted to you at first, but it grew over time. You can't even tell me that.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
even want to hear
You
that.
know, most men have gone through that.
I don't
bro.
want to hear that shit.
I grew up.
I
Bro,
need
that's
you,
okay.
I need you to be attracted from the go.
Oh man, I don't know.
And I respect it. I understand that
I guess
that attraction can grow. But
I'm
I'm
grow.
not hearing that. You gotta think I'm him from the beginning.
Well, I guess I had to get accustomed. I'm a handsome guy, but I'm a short guy. So I've had to get accustomed to women warming up to me. I'm a more acquired taste anyway in my personality, so I don't mind that. You know what I mean? I'm used to being the tortoise in the race. I'm gonna win that motherfucker for
Slow
sure.
and steady. Yeah, but
let's
you
end
wanna,
on,
yeah. What do you want to end with?
let's end with this Ye thing, because we haven't touched
With the
on
divorce?
many antics of the Ye divorce or situation. Let's just name them all. He had his wife out with her breasts out at the Grammys.
At the Grammys,
After that, he
went on a rant.
went on a rant. No, he announced the album next. He announced the album.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
He put out some new clothes. Then he went on a rant.
Yeah, there was like multiple rants.
Multiple rants.
So there was the Nazi rant,
The Nazi rant.
and then there was the
I think it was mainly the Nazi rant.
Diddy. There was the Diddy.
The
rant.
Diddy rant. He definitely released the Sean John shirts as well in accordance with Diddy. The rant where he was telling people Jews are better as slaves.
Yeah, it's a lot to keep up with, man.
You gotta whip your Jews. They better that way. And then he put out the swastika T-shirt.
Yes.
He did that next, and then after that, some of it started to make a little bit more sense with the next thing that happened. Leor Cohen put out a letter to Ye.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the letter?
I didn't read it, but I saw that he did put out the letter, and that he was extremely disappointed in his views and this and that, and then
It wasn't profane. It wasn't like anything of that nature, but it was disappointed. That was the tone of the letter. I'm disappointed in you for pushing forth these narratives about my people. Fun fact, it's only 15 million Jews in the world. Kanye West has 32 million followers, so he has double. So he does have the influence to influence these people. So I never knew that, and so that's a bit dangerous when you're speaking in this way, and it's so ego driven. But Leor put out the letter. I'm disappointed in you for perpetuating these tropes about Jewish people, my community, the Holocaust and the atrocity that was done to my people. You need to take that more seriously. Many people are affected by this. And Ye's response was, is this the same man that made millions and millions of dollars off of the genocide of black people?
I saw that.
And so then one tweet started to surface. I'm going to keep yelling this. And I don't remember the exact verbiage of the tweet. I'll put it on the screen. But I'm going to keep yelling this until y'all take us seriously on that same level. So, as a person, a black man, who is represented in some ways by this other black man, Kanye West, where do you find yourself in that conversation?
Well, the last thing you said, I think I see what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's like there's this thing that we just can't talk about no matter what, because they said so. And yet simultaneously black people are experiencing at the same level a lot of oppression, right? And things are
Yes.
being done to us that nobody's talking about.
For a much longer period of time that they are talking about it through monetization.
Through monetization.
So
right?
we definitely talking
we're,
about
we're
it.
not, so I can kind of see the angle here. And, he's always going to take a brash approach. I don't know if some of these things are episodes, like mental episodes.
I don't think so, bro.
And either way, I think the approach is very erratic. That's why I kind of like, it's so much stuff I don't even like. I'm like, I don't agree with the approach. I don't think, you should speak hate towards anybody.
Yeah.
Any group, that's not okay.
Speak oppression, hate, yeah.
I think I see what he's trying to do, though. It's just a little unfortunate when these things happen, because I think he is a brilliant guy. He's a very brilliant guy, but it's just like, it just got to move a little better.
So for me, what I have to ultimately come to, because we've all had 100 years at this point to speak on it. Not 100 years, because the Holocaust was in the 40s. We've all had 80 years to speak on it. And there are people who have spoken on it in that time frame, and they were overlooked, definitely not heard, definitely not considered. And the word you use is a perfect word, brash. It's a very brash approach. And it's a very costly approach. It's a very risky approach. When I really consider what he's doing and I ask myself, how do I feel about this? The only thing that I can really confirm for myself is I would be frightened to do it.
Bro.
I would be frightened to do it. And does that make it the wrong thing to do? No. Does it make it unnecessary? No. Can I, on the flip side of that, say, this is the perfect plan? No. What I really got to do with Ye is I got to let Ye go and be fearless in doing the things that all of us are actually clearly afraid to do. Until I get to that level and I'm not afraid, but...
Yeah, I just think it's like, okay, using speaking about Jews, right, in your attempt to bring forth a conversation about Black people in our struggles. Like, what's the end? I don't see the end goal. I don't see how this helps. I don't see how making shirts helps. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying?
I see it. It's really pressing very hard in front of their face. Hey, you did it to us already. Why do you get to tell me? Why do you get to tell us we can't do it to you? Why can we not monetize your pain and your trauma? Why? At the point where he actually gets to say that or chooses to say that in that context, and there's a real conversation around it, I think that would be very meaningful. I think at the point where Pierce Morgan has to sit down, or Leor Cohen has to sit down and answer that question. Hey, bro, I just want to feed my family like you, and I want to monetize your pain to do so. And the reason why it's working for me to do so is because I'm saying something absurd to the point where people are going to take a look and they're going to purchase. Just like when you say, my pussy hole pink, my booty hole brown, and you sell that record. When you diminish a Black woman to that, because that's all you're doing, bro. You're not like, we're not coming behind that to balance it out and say, that's not all Black women. You are literally at that point monetizing something that we're allowing you to monetize, because apparently we're too weak to say, cut it out. You don't get to take advantage of us like that. Hopefully the Black community is watching the Jews go, you don't get to take advantage of us like that. I'm not with it, Drake. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and that's where our community is getting to the point of, bro. Actually saying, man, you know what? I like to fuck you. You got a fat ass and all of that, but you gotta give me mine now. I got a big dick, family, and we've been contributing on the same level, and so it's no longer where you get to play the victim and I get to be the assailant. It's now, We gonna talk about what's both sides. And we didn't do that to y'all. That wasn't us. We didn't come and do that.
Yeah.
Leor, y'all came and got us. So
yeah,
it's
a layered conversation. Will it happen?
If we make it happen, just like when we made the conversations happen about DEI and equal opportunity in the workplace and black women getting an opportunity, when we choose to say, hey, black man, black woman, take yourself seriously enough to not allow people to make a caricature out of you. Take yourself seriously enough to not become a fat ass. Take yourself seriously enough to not become a gun on your hip.
But okay, I gotta jump in. There are several black people who are complicit in this. So we can't blame this on one.
98% of black people are complicit. Shorty,
You know what I'm saying? At the highest level.
At the super highest level, bro.
Like-
It's at the highest level, at the lowest level, at the mid level.
Like Gamma.
Jay-Z.
And Larry Jackson. All these
Kendrick
people,
Lamar.
These
Like, what-
people that, you know what I mean? Well, he just passed, so I won't say that name. But, people that have worked with Leor, right? Kevin Lyles. All these people.
Bro,
So is, you know what I mean?
Jay-Z told you on the record, I would be rhyming like common sense, but I sold 5 mil. I ain't been rhyming like common sense. Jay-Z told you, I'm the nigga, bro. I'm gonna sell you whatever you want to buy, my nigga.
So then, is it effective for Ye to make swastika T-shirts and attack Jews to prove his point? Is it effective?
No. Is that effective? It starts to become effective when the messaging starts to, because that's the pure distillation of the message. So as the message gets dropped down and me and you have this conversation, we add a little water to it. Okay, we can drink this Kool-Aid now. Okay, cool. We're adding the water that makes the conversation a conversation and not a public stunt.
Right.
We have to have that conversation. Obviously, you have to have that conversation with your wife and your daughters, but we have to have it amongst each other across households to say, yo, bro, I saw what your daughter wore outside. Not it, bro. She can't do that. Because I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I like what I saw. It was hanging out, brother. And I don't want to be running around looking and seeing that and be tempted to look at my wife and I got her in order, so she's not dressing like that. But I'm still seeing this, and my daughter is seeing this, and now we're all influenced by the ratchet. I saw a woman say, most communities have a ratchet community. The black community is the only community where the ratchets outnumber everybody else.
Behavior and ratchet thinking. Now, white, Asian, and Hispanic, they got ratchet people, but you had to go away from the group to do that. They don't house you. They don't nurture that. The black community, the massive group accepts it and nurtures it. It's totally backwards. Rather than sending the ratchets away, the massive black groups bring the ratchets. There's a safe space for them. When they're confronted, you look like the minority because you are the minority that confronts that culture, and they're the majority. This is the only group, this is the culture where the ratchets has the power socially. The nerds, the high value minded people. When I'm talking about high values, I'm talking about pro-social values, generosity, respect, honor, faithfulness, kindness. I'm talking about community. High values your way of being. The people like us, we in the black community are the rejects. In other groups, the ratchets are the rejects. In other groups, that's for entertainment for them. They're going home doing the right thing. The smart people are elevated because they know you're the key to our progress. In our group, the smart ones are rejected and they think you trying to oppress them. It's interesting. You so backwards. You think we trying to oppress you. We trying to free you.
In every other community, the majority of the community pushes the ratchets to the side so they don't become the main representation. In the black community, the ratchets push everybody else to the side. Shut up. What you trying? We ain't trying to talk about all that shit all the time. This is homework. What is this? And so we have to have the conversation where we hold ourselves accountable and we see that it isn't, oh, it's not just enough to say we're reclaiming the word nigga. We're reclaiming the twerk. We're reclaiming the sexual power of the black woman. No, bruh. We got to do the same thing that every other community did. We have to hide the jewels from the neighbors. Those jewels are our intellectual property. Those jewels are our women. Those jewels are our masculinity and our willingness to live through it. And as long as we are pussyfooting and saying, you know what? I'm empowered by doing what they told me to do. We're just lying to ourselves. You're not
gotta
empowered.
tell it like it is, man. I just, you gotta be careful, like you said, and this is a dangerous game he's playing, and I think he is aware of that. So, there's implications that come with the things that he's doing, and some that have already been attempted, like trying to lock him up and put him in this facility and put him on drugs and put him in a conservatorship, and then taking his kids, and then there's so many things
that's why niggas be,
his life could be in jeopardy. So I would hate to see if he's doing this for the cause that we are saying that he's doing it for, lose his life. I would hate to see that. So definitely
I think he already decided he's gonna lose his life, bro. I think that's his goal, honestly, is to crash out so hard that he makes a change.
Well,
or to crash out so hard.
Let's not see that he's an icon. That regardless of everything, he's an icon. He's a brilliant man, and he's done a lot for our people. So let's pray for Ye, and you know what I'm saying.
And all of the powerful black men.
Yeah, facts.
Let's pray for all the powerful black people.
That's a fact.
Yeah, free all my black heroes, man. Let them go.
Hey, yo. Till next time.
Free R. Kelly.
All right.
You ain't never heard my song Free R. Kelly, bro?
I have not.
So, Ye and the game.
Yes.
Go to Ye Instagram.
Yeah.
Go to Ye Instagram. And it's the very last post.
It's still up?
Yeah, it's still up. Is it like a gray room or something? Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
This the song?
Yeah.
Look your eyes, don't keep it. All right. All right, go.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah, they just put Tina on the screen.
I see my destiny's child. The image was stressing me out. Nervous, my stomach in knots. So I took a couple of shots. And I took the whip off the lot. And I put the whip on the yacht. I think I whipped off the yacht. Mrs. You tricking the nut.
Oh, okay. I hear it now.
Yeah, what's love got to do with it?
So, okay.
So,
right.
no, listen, no.
Oh, you want me to?
You gotta keep listening to this shit, bro, because it's...
You know I love your perfume. Champagne that came with the room. Face car hop on the Zoom. For you, I clear out the room. I chartered a flight to Tulum, a long way away from the goals. Then take a flight to New Orleans, just like the Eagles we ballin'. Just like the Eagles we ballin'. Just like the Eagles we ballin'. Just like the Eagles we ballin'.
Just keep watching, bro.
All right, cool. So,
Who can edit?
So in your own words, tell me what happened.
It started off as a joke,
Everybody was standing around laughing. The game slid into Tina Knowles' DMs. Everybody was going crazy, like, yo, what are you doing? Don't do that. But he did it anyway. And then the Instagram post came after. And then people are commenting on it. Everybody's going wild. Somebody saw a banana post after it. Then 5 minutes later, the Instagram post turned into a song. And now everybody stops laughing and everybody's in awe just watching this all go down. Because the song then turned into a whole directed music video. Everybody was going crazy then, again. And then the music video turned into a basis of this whole album. And then before we know it, the documentary 3, the documentary 3, the documentary 3.
Okay, I guess that's the rollout for the documentary 3. So I think you would have to see the other posts related to it. So Ye also posted a picture of the DM that Game sent to Tina Knowles.
Oh, okay.
Of a banana. What does the banana mean when you on social media when you send it? Is that?
I mean, it's sexually suggestive. Right?
Okay, there you go. Tina Knowles is like 70 or 80. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. So 70. I think she's probably in her 70s.
I don't know.
Black Queen.
Shout out to Beyonce. Shout out to Ye.
I mean, I will say this, Game is a really good rapper.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Jim Jones is a really good rapper.
Underrated, yeah.
Yeah, he's a good rap. Like, I don't think that for this to be the rollout or alleged inspiration for an entire album,
I don't think it's enough.
Is not enough for me to want to listen to a project if this is the inspiration. And I Game has a history of doing things like this.
Like name drop.
Antics.
Yeah.
Clout chasing. He's, dissed Jay-Z. Yeah. He's said that he wants to be with Kim Kardashian. Has been with Kim Kardashian. It's like he always does this. And I don't think he has to do it because he's a really good rapper.
See, I do think Game is underrated though. Like I don't know if you think most people give him the really good rapper?
Nah, most people don't. Most people don't.
I don't think so.
But I think he's like 40 years old. So
yeah. I
just don't think that the antics are worth, the it's not worth, your reputation. It's not worth doing things that are not of right character. Obviously this is it's just not, I don't even know what the word to use is. Not respectful, not funny, not.
I think respectful is the best word, because it's like, bro, this is an 80-year-old woman or something.
And I don't know if he really did this. Yeah, I don't even know. I didn't even know about this.
At this point, it don't matter if he actually sent a DM because they posted a screenshot of a DM. Like, and it's like,
that's somebody's mom. That's somebody's grandma. That's like
that's a respected woman, like within our community.
It gets to a point in time where, and then what it gets to a point in time where when you're willing to do anything for the clout or the attention or to sell records, that's a dangerous place to be in. I think. It's a
Are we focused on music at all anymore? Is it all about some sort of clownish sideshow where niggas are just fashionistas that have a microphone in their head that don't know their own rap lyrics type shit? Like,
well, I think that because we're in a content space, everything is content, and the music is secondary. So I can't have music without content. now. Is
Yeah.
is a place that a lot of artists are in.
Yeah.
So I gotta have content that's gonna real hook people. I gotta reel people in,
Facts.
and then give them my music. And so, in order to make that content viral, we all know that people will do anything to go viral, which is problematic.
That I'm genuinely, man. You know, Kendrick is not our savior, but I'm genuinely hoping like I'm hoping that this marks like a change in how consumers are finding artists. Like I hope the most promising aspect of what's going on recently, and this didn't only just happen with me. I heard a few people mention things like this. My mother called me after the Super Bowl. She said, "Chandler, break down what happened for me. Like break down what he was doing. I heard about him, and I really want to know." And hopefully that just intrigue or that curiosity into the thought-provoking nature of the art form can just prevail, because this clout chase mentality where we got two of the biggest stars in this instance chasing clout like this, like bro, like we just spoke on bro doing something that may be revolutionary, and this is not that at all.
It's a detractor, and yeah, it's just like, especially when you have the talent, you know, that's one thing. If you don't have talent and then you have to do this, or you feel like you have to do it, then that's one thing. But if you have the talent, you have a fan base, just put music out. If you love music, put the music out for the right reason, you know.
I think it's very telling that there is pretty much one person in my estimation that hasn't defaulted to the clout chase. But even people would probably say he has as well. Ye defaulted to the clout chase at this point. Drake clearly defaults to the clout chase at this point. All the younger artists, they default to the clout chase. It's never about the music for the most part.
Tyler's pure, I think.
Tyler's good call. Tyler is pretty purely focused on the art. Is an apology a clout chase? Or
nah,
it's not. You're right. It's just lame as fuck. Okay, so Cole, yeah, he's really pure. Man, I just watched that segment we did on Cole the other day. That's a good one, bro. Okay, love yours. But
yeah, that was pretty funny. But yeah, so speaking of Kendrick, you know, he has replaced himself at the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 with Luther.
Yep.
Replacing Not Like Us. So he currently now holds 4 out of the top 5 records in the Hot 100 with Squabble Up and TV Off.
And this is for all the people that were saying he wasn't performing hit singles at the Super Bowl.
This is what I was saying, the records were hits. They were already top 10 records though, and now it's just they're top. So like feel me? I think he may be the first male soloist to do this. Don't quote me on that. If I'm wrong, do the research. But I saw something that said that he's the first male soloist to do this.
No, bro, I don't care about the numbers, bro. The number. I mean, I think it's cool and it's intriguing.
It's a part of it.
It's like a stamp of final approval when you going against the Drake stands and stuff like that. And the numbers now, nigga. But at the same time, I'm not gonna even drag this subject. I don't care about no numbers. It is very cool. I didn't think Luther would get to that #1 spot.
Hey. That record was going. It's a good song, and it's like the record.
It's a great song.
People have put it in on their Instagram posts, their stories, their TikTok. Like it's still going. It's on the radio. So this run that Kendrick is on, is really undeniable. And so what does this really mean? Because I thought that his peak was Damn. I thought that was his peak as an artist, like his biggest album, Pulitzer Prize, big records, Rihanna, Humble.
Oh, you thought that was the artist? I thought Mr. Morale was an opus, bro. It It was a work.
Yeah,
it was a body.
I low key forgot about that.
It was a body. So I mean, this
Well,
with this guy, we're just gonna keep
I think
adding
that
to the.
so that was 2022, right? Mr. Morale.
Yeah.
So big tour off of that album. I don't remember that album having
21.
21?
21, bro. The last few years have flown, bro.
It wasn't 22.
We can double check it.
Yeah,
bro.
I have to feel like it was 22.
You might be right.
But nonetheless, because I felt like even though he had a huge tour that year, I felt like that album came and went.
The album did, and like when it comes to the fans speaking on that album, J. Cole called out the sentiments of the fan. That was like, what did he say?
Yeah, something. Your last shit was tragic.
Yeah.
Your first album was classic. Your last one was tragic. Did something they gassed it.
Now it was Cole. What he meant was you painted a tragedy in the form of a masterpiece, because Mr. Morale is a sort of tragedy, people finding themselves. If that maybe Cole meant that.
Yeah.
Probably not though. He probably just had.
Nah,
He was in
So this run, what does this mean for his career? Super Bowl, Drake, everything that's happening, the accolades, Billboard.
At this point, I'm less concerned about what it means for his career. I'm more concerned about what it means for the art form, what it means for the culture, what starts to become promoted, or how do things start to become promoted differently. I need that, bro.
It's important. It's important. We gotta really highlight this, and drive this home, because I don't think people understand the importance of an artist like Kendrick and what this could mean moving forward for the direction of music, how people approach the art form, and he's showing you it works. Like you can stand on what you stand for, and you can do it at the highest level, you know what I'm saying, and be about the culture.
And what's really important about this, it's definitely about the culture, but bro, this is multicultural. Like people, I'm seeing videos, I don't know if it's just the trend thing, but I'm literally seeing older white women, Mexican people, Hispanics, really celebrating this Super Bowl performance. Like really excited, like white women falling into tears sort of thing. I literally saw, when the crowd makes a word, like everybody holds up one part of the word.
Yeah.
They did that in a crowd of like 100,000 with Not Like Us at some soccer game in Brazil. Kendrick wasn't there. Drake wasn't there. This is just, if UMG, if y'all marketing like this, sign me up, bro. Because this is phenomenal what's going on.
So, hip hop is back at the top of the charts. After people kind of felt like, after there was talks of, I think we might have talked about it, about the numbers being down.
Definitely.
And, the album sales aren't there. And is hip hop like losing its way as the global leader in music? He
definitely was, bro.
Afro beats and reggaeton, and but as of last year, hip hop contributed 38% of the Hot 100's top 10 records, which was up from 23% in 2023.
What was 2022 though?
It does not say.
2022 is about 52%.
That's
like, bro. When it took
22. Yeah,
it was like 52 down to like 28. What did you say, 28?
So for 2023, it was 23%.
23. So it dropped 30 points.
Yeah, because it was a point where we were dominating, where hip hop was dominating, and then now it kind of waned, and you had the rise of country, pop,
mainly country,
reggaeton,
and like the other dance styles. But bro, I don't want to hear nobody talking about they cook the books. No, bro, the music is better right now. We're making better music right now. We're taking it more seriously as a culture right now. Yeah. And that's that. I mean, Doechii, Kendrick, Tyler, Cole, La Russell, all of these smaller artists that are really getting a little bit of shine right now. The LA rappers, the Joey Badasses. It's the shift is occurring. I just hope that it can stick. I hope that the kids really get intrigued by the messaging, bro. Because it's bro, we're beyond rhyme and word. Every word has been rhymed at this point, except the ones that we're gonna create soon.
Yeah.
So we're really purely at art right now. We're really purely at messaging and storytelling. That's what I hope comes.
Let's get it. You got Big X to plug too. I don't know if you listen to his album.
I didn't, and it's a good album, bro. He's one of them.
I think you would enjoy at least the production and the storytelling.
He's one of them people that people love his voice.
He has a good voice.
He has a good voice.
But it's also, his album is full of soul samples.
Okay.
Like full of them.
Okay.
Isley Brothers, just various, Southern soul. And he's telling his story, right? In his authentic way. Some people could say it's repetitive, but I thought it's a good, solid project.
He's a likable guy. A likable big guy. Like, you know what I mean? I fuck with Big X the plug, but
so and he stayed is authentic, right? It's not really gimmick based. Obviously, so he's
authentic for real.
Yeah.
He seems
is he from Memphis?
No, he's from Texas.
He's Texas.
That's why you see him do the country song.
Yeah.
That's why you see him in the cowboy boots and the cowboy hat. Is he from that for real? Bro.
Yeah.
Here. Okay. 2 minutes tops.
All right.
What are people? Let me get it together, bro. I needed to have this question answered for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years.
What? All right.
Rod Wave.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck do the people see in Rod?
This was like 3 pods ago. I remember you said something. You said about what's your problem with Rod Wave,
bro? My problem with Rod Wave is I do not know any song by Rod Wave.
You don't know any song?
I don't know a single name of a song. I don't know a lyric.
You never heard it? Like you didn't hear it, or like you just like what's
I've never been around somebody that was like, bro, let's turn this Rod Wave up. I'm really on their vibe right now. Like, what is the vibe? Like, he's a street crooner.
Yeah.
He's a sad guy, I believe.
A lot of the times, yeah.
I do like the stage setup with the apartment building. Like, he performing from the balcony. That's fire, bro.
And then he falls off the...
Help me to understand, bro. How? Because this dude is doing numbers.
Yeah, no, Rod Wave is he's up there. He's a star.
A star, bro. And I've never heard anybody say, let's turn on a Rod Wave song. So, you still listening to Cuz?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I've been listening to Rod Wave since Ghetto Gospel, which that was, I don't remember what year that was, but it's been a good amount of time. So I would say he's making music, it's gonna make you feel something, whether that is, he's telling you what he's going through. He's being very vulnerable. He's sharing his experiences, right? And it's very introspective. Like, he's really taking you into his world, what he's going through, experiencing fame, what he's going through with his family, his girl, how he feels about his father, thoughts about his own mortality and taking his life. Like, it's all over melodic beats, and it's music that sounds really good. Me personally, though, I know a lot of people say it's sad and I can't listen to it, it's depressing. I personally don't get sad when I listen to his music. I it's like a vibe. It's, what I'm saying? He has records that are not like that as well, but I think his overall sound had those pain beats.
Yeah, that's really where he be at with it, like the street pain.
That's what gives it that. Oh man, but he has records that are uplifting. He has records. Rags to Riches was one song that blew up. That was an upbeat, up tempo trap record with Lil Baby was on the remix.
Never heard it, bro. I'm literally, I don't listen to the radio, so I don't even know if they play Dude on the radio. Yeah. But I never heard I'm not joking with you, bro. Yeah. I never heard none of it.
Yeah, you should check it out.
I think you played one song one time, and it was like that street crooner, like YNW Melly. Yeah. What's that kid? Polo G. Yeah. That vibe. And I'm not from the streets. I'm not a sad nigga. I'm not an R&B nigga. Yeah. It be missing me, bro.
Talking about heartbreak and stuff. So he's making people really feel stuff with what he's talking about, and he's consistent,
Big ups to Ride
The shows are going crazy.
The whole
they singing it word for word. He's going crazy. Stadiums.
Bro is a real star for real. Like, he really packing shows. He's doing numbers. Bro, I couldn't see it. But
that is you gotta make people feel something, man, and they gotta be real. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what he's doing.
So here's the real question, bro. What's going on with Raven Simone, bro?
I was pregnant with Omarion's baby because I was overweight, because I just broke up with K Young and eating a whole bunch and overweight and no one gave a fuck. And like,
so she just revealed, I guess, that she was pregnant with Omarion's baby back in the day.
Things that I never needed to know.
Ever in my whole life. I didn't even think she kicked it with guys like Omarion. I thought she was a good girl. Turned lesbian. No comment.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I feel like when you grow up in that world where you're a celebrity kid, child star, everybody. It's like high school, Everybody knows everybody, and y'all at the same parties. Y'all, hanging out, and things happen. People, and then it's teenage shit. I don't know how old they were.
I believe it. Shit, if I was on Marion, I probably would have smashed Shorty. Like, Shorty was on TSR. Like,
yeah. So
in the Cosby Show, man.
Is this like her podcast?
I don't know what this is. It looks like Megan Good is there.
She's,
does Megan Good have a podcast?
That is Megan Good.
Yeah.
Another child star.
I think everybody has a podcast now, bro.
Yeah.
Every time I look up each star, Keke Palmer just.
Yeah. Keke has been doing her thing.
Well,
I'll say this. The child stars, that we know of, that we've known to love, they all have really unique stories that they really is like, you feel me? It's so many things that we don't know have happened behind the scenes, and some of these stories are cool to hear. Like Jaleel White was, he was on a podcast talking about how they came up with the "Did I do that?" And so some of that stuff for nostalgic purposes, and it's like cool to hear some of these stories. Some of the other stories,
the horror stories,
I could really do without. Well, yeah.
Shorty said she was eating so much she thought she was pregnant with Omarion, a child.
Yeah,
that was a real. You didn't even have to reveal.
He was a heartthrob, right, back in the day, and so he,
Omarion could have came to my high school and took every girl from me, like, easily. Actually, in my high school, the girls were really fucking with J Boog. J Boog. That really was the one.
Shout out to B. Did they I don't want to say that. Did people call, like, the boys call them B2?
Gay. All right, bro, stop it, bro. Yes, you know that. Just doing it, bro. J Boog can take your girl. You got to come up with something quickly.
You gotta hate on it.
This nigga J Boog. Oh my God. Raz B. Looking at, like, yeah, man. Shout out to them. I'm not gonna hate on those guys. Chris Stokes, get your act together, man. Come down to the carpet. You want to do the Delta thing?
Yeah. So this plane crashed. Plane crashed in Toronto, coming from Minneapolis, I believe.
I can't keep up with it. It's like 10 plane crashes right now. But
yeah, it's alarming, to say the least. Plane crash lands, catches on fire, flips upside down. No one is harmed. no one's harmed. But people were injured.
Okay.
So the Delta's offering $30,000 for compensation, no strings attached. So people are like 30,000, like, yo, 30,000. What's that? You know, no strings attached. So my initial thought was, okay, if you take there's no such thing as no strings attached. I'm under the belief that if you take the 30K, you have to, you can't sue. You can't
It's a waiver.
You can't take the 30 and then still sue, right? So is that enough money for getting into an accident where, you know, you may or may not have been injured? Everybody was fine. It was traumatic, probably scary, crash landing, 30K, but you lived.
It was enough money. I mean, when these sorts of things occur, we do need to see the medical bills. We do need to talk to the experts. So
Yes.
if you're injured, yeah, 30,000. I wouldn't even consider any number until you understand like the extent of your injuries and your hospital bills. But again, even still, if you weren't injured, because I do imagine that this is part of a waiver that they have to sign as well.
Well, the Delta Care Team representatives are telling customers that the offer has no strings attached and does not affect rights.
Oh, then that's very commendable of Delta. And unless they are doing some sort of trickery with words, which is evil,
Yeah. 21 people were injured.
only the 21 get the 30 or everybody?
Everybody gets the 30.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you better show up. You better show up. Cause
76 passengers.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, take that.
So 30 is feasible. Like, it's just they doing the right thing.
It's better than the zero that the other people who were involved in these plane crashes have gotten.
Would you ask for more money?
Me, I'm not that kind of guy, bro.
Yeah.
I would probably not even look into it to see if I was injured. Honestly, I just would get off the plane and go about my day. And then when they offer me 30, I would take it. Yeah.
So I would take the 30.
Yeah.
But then I need 100. And
all right.
so I'm just, I'm taking advantage of the
Shit.
situation. Listen
with
here.
you.
This is a come up, all right?
Oh, Ty, who did you speak to about this? I'm with you if you spoke to the right people.
Listen, bro. I'm that type of person. Like, I'm gonna take advantage of the situation. I'm gonna at least try to get 100. If you got 30, you got 100. So I'll take the 30. Hey, no strings attached. I'm not signing away my right to pursue this legally, but then I need at least 100.
Yeah,
tax free.
Before I pursue that 100, I'm a sign for the 30. Make sure. When is that coming?
Let me get the 30 ball.
The day of that, I will take
When
part
the
of that 30,000.
When the wire hits,
and I will file another suit.
Hey,
$200 of that 30,000 would be to file my suit.
I can't. Like, this is affecting my life. I can't. Like, I'm at work. I'm having nightmares.
This nigga said I'm having nightmares.
Like, I gotta go to therapy.
All right, Drizzy.
I gotta go to therapy. Like, feel me? Like, my ability to do my job is impacted. Like, I'm saying this is like, what do they call it? Pain and suffering.
Pain is compensatory.
I need it.
This is compensatory.
I need it, bro.
Then you can get the punitive. Like,
I need that.
I think the fact that I've worked in law and done the cases, I'm not really interested in like a lawsuit that I don't really deserve. Because it's, I don't know, it's kind of like cringy to watch. I mean, bro, ASAP really just did his thing. Like, I don't hate on niggas who
cause of the crash remains unclear. Wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour were reported at the time of the crash. 2 storms dumped nearly 2 feet of snow on the airport in the days leading up to the crash, but no snow was reported on radar at the time of the accident.
I don't know.
They declined to answer questions about the conditions of the runway.
Oh, okay. Did they? It was slick.
I need the bread, dog.
I imagine it was slick out there, bro.
I need 100.
Yeah, I would imagine though, at any point when they're offering you some money, it's more money.
Come
Like
on,
they
man.
know they are
You
live.
know, if you gonna give me 30, you know, like.
But yeah, that's why I do. I take the 30. But this, I'm telling you, because they already know that people gonna file suit after they get the 30. The 30 is for like appearances. Like, look, we took this very seriously from the very moment that everything happened. We wanted to offer some people some sort of compensation, though we didn't know how much they were entitled to. We put this out there, no strings attached. So moving forward, judge, try to be as lenient as you can. That's what that 30 is for. Because they know these people are going to go out and file the suit the next day, then do the discovery to figure out, why won't you answer that question about the runway? They know that's going to happen. And the discovery is going to produce the information.
Yo, but that's crazy though, bro. The shit flipped over, bro. It caught on fire.
What's crazier is this is like the 4th or 5th plank. This is, so did you see that movie, The Data World, or Mahershala Ali and Sandra Bullock?
You talking about a movie?
Yeah, it's a movie. It's on Netflix. It's Mahershala Ali, Sandra Bullock, a young
Sandra
black
Bullock.
woman.
The last movie I seen from her was Bird Box. Oh, yeah, right.
Was it Julia Roberts in?
I don't know, but yeah,
Dang,
what's up?
It's a movie, bro. Damn, it's a movie about this. And the whole premise of the movie is that all of the technology is failing, and the first key indicator of this is planes falling out the sky. Planes falling out the sky, ships going off course.
Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
You talking about the Obama joint?
The Obama joint, yeah.
Yeah. Something. I can't remember the title, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It was like The End Is Near or something, some shit like that. Okay. What is that joint called? Yo.
What was the name of that movie with the Obamas produced it and the planes was falling out the sky and shit? You know, I hated it.
I know you hated it. I'm trying to remember the name.
Leave the World Behind.
That motherfucker, yes.
So Leave the World Behind, apocalyptic movie. But yeah, like why you brought that up?
Because the planes are falling out the sky.
Yeah.
That's how the movie started. It's like
the
technology was failing, the instruments couldn't, find their course, and so they started falling out the sky. Ships started docking on the beach and stuff like that. So that's the conspiracy related to these planes.
Nah, this is very alarming. It's a very alarming, and I'm like, it was a cyber attack. So right, so that's what happened in the movie.
Bro, I didn't understand that.
I think it was a cyber attack, and then everything started. The phones, like all of the things that you just mentioned. Yeah, and it was a foreign attack, right? Since then, we have seen a cyber attack.
Bro, I showed you the thing yesterday.
Or outage. I'll call it an outage. We'll call.
When did we see that?
CrowdStrike.
Oh yeah.
The whole global outage.
I forgot about that.
Like we saw a global outage. Now we're seeing planes crashing. So yeah.
Told y'all, that nigga Barack is not to be trusted, bro.
What is it called? What is it called when they show you something and then to prepare you for it? In the future, no, I think there's a term for it. It's like conditioning, something like
grooming.
It's like grooming us for the it's some type of word that they use for that. But they'll show it to you. You know what I mean? And it's just to get you ready for it in the future, right? The robots, everything, right?
It's over for niggas, bro. Like it's really over, bro. Just cherish the time you have.
But that's I mean. Oh yeah, this was probably gonna get this clipped in with everything else. We'll probably still keep the end how the end was, right? We ended with yay, right? So we're still gonna end with yay.
Oh yeah.
The other conversation. Okay, and then this will just go in this wherever. You'll just put this part in.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't really know how to end that conversation.
That's cool.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to do this one. This is. What were you gonna bring up?
I was about to say I'm trying to go now.
Okay. Just this one.
But you're so smart.
that it literally triggers people. A 2021 study showed that exposure to superior intelligence activates our threat detection system in the brain. The amygdala lights up when we encounter someone visibly smarter than us, and it's the same response we have to physical threats. It upsets us. I ain't even done. But when I tell you this tweet alone made so much sense about my life. It's not just a figure of speech when people say that intelligence hurts the ego. It literally triggers pain response, which makes us sensitive. If people feel less intelligent around you, they either avoid you unconsciously, cheapen you to feel better, or try to prove you wrong.
That's all facts.
All facts, man.
That's all facts.
Guys, don't turn the podcast off because we're so smart. Okay? Just stay tuned, soak up the game. But yeah, that's all facts. Like, and you said something the last time when you went from New York to
Stone Mountain.
You talk white.
Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't even know what that meant, but that was crazy.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
We've been getting that comment since first grade, bro. And I didn't move nowhere. I went to a different school, around the corner. So it is very clear that I think the most important part is that last part. They're literally actively now trying to prove you wrong. Instead of respecting the intelligence is now let's let's confront each other. Let me feel better through this.
Yeah, but that's a physiological response, right? Psychological as well, like where if you do feel in danger, your response is fight or flight, right? So she said, hey, you'll either want to engage, or you're gonna go right at the threat, the perceived threat. So we've seen this happen time and time again. But when it comes to intelligence, which is incredibly important to have, it's something that you should be curious about.
Yeah,
and it's something, like you said, the respect. I personally like being around people that are smart or smarter than me. It kind of makes me like, I'm like, okay, let me understand. Let me soak up. I'm gonna just chill. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna learn. And it's motivating. It's like a motivating factor when I see somebody that's like that knows more than me.
And it's more so of a let me match them at a sort of like let me gain the knowledge they have, not let me spout out some knowledge just so I could seem it's more so, wow, okay. What's that word you just said? What's that subject matter you just spoke on? Let me go read up on that. Let me do a little research. Let me find out more information. But I would imagine that just the way that intelligence is distributed throughout the population, there are less intelligent people than more intelligent people.
Yeah.
And so those less intelligent people might, like, imagine that. Imagine you're a smart kid and you notice something like that.
Yeah.
Imagine all the kids that they said, why you talking white for? And they started coding more black. Imagine that. Yeah. Imagine you dumbing yourself down actively to appease the people around you. And now imagine you don't have to imagine that because you've already done it. And
that's a real thing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You never want to. It's I don't know how old this kid is, but that's a good everything they said was facts. Like, you know what I'm saying?
She said that was from a 2021 study, so that's very recent. But I think it was just probably confirmed feelings that you may have had throughout your life, whatever. Sometimes I will be talking to people and I will actively see them like change to try to engage in some sort of debate. I'm told very often that I love to debate. So
yeah, same here.
And I often try to tell them, fam, I'm not debating. I'm exploring the topic through discourse. Understanding what I didn't understand before by finding the space between where we are on the subject matter. And actively considering what, my counterpart is saying so that I can become more knowledgeable,
And a part of that also is being inquisitive and asking questions, right? So
not being afraid to ask questions.
Not being afraid to ask questions. And then also, what was I going to say outside of that? But yeah, that's what I'll say. It's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with that. You feel me? Because it's only gonna make you better in the long run.
Facts, bro. When you learn to twerk with a dictionary, reading all of the hardest words, that makes your twerking more strong as a skill set, and vice versa. So let's get to twerking with the dictionaries. Let's get to reading books and things of that nature, talking politics and religion and philosophy, and engaging young minds with important topics, and trusting that they have the ability to engage with that topic at a reasonable level. You know what I mean? Let's start to uplift the smart kids.
Seek knowledge. Always seek knowledge. You feel me? Knowledge. Intelligence is key. Knowledge is power, as they say. But I also say that applied knowledge is power, because you can know and not execute, or you can know and still make bad decisions, right? Yeah. So always have a genuine curiosity to learn. You can learn from anybody.
That's facts.
If you perceive someone to be smarter than you, when it's looked at as a challenge, or I think that's more so ego.
Yeah,
that's ego involved, right? And so you gotta remove the ego and know that just to know something is to know nothing, right? Or some shit like that. You feel me? Yeah, you know nothing. So
Socrates,
always be a student.
The wisest man knows that he knows nothing at all. I think that's Socrates.
Yeah, he said it way better than me. But always be curious, always be a student, you know what I'm saying? Being smart is cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But
learning is cooler, you know what I mean?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Hey. There you go, guys. Shout out to Ye. Shout out to, let's see who else. Yeah. Shout out to Ye. That's the only one I got today. Peace out.
Till next time.
That was cool.
All right.
Dang.
I was gonna do another 30 minutes.
Bro, another 50 minutes, my nigga. Another 50.
But no, it's cool though. It doesn't matter, because we'll have more.
Yeah.
I just gotta start eating more.
Boys making their gains. Okay. You know what, Ty? I've been seeing the comments in the comment section where they say you guys are immature and focus on frivolities.
Dang.
You need to talk about some politics. You need to talk about some grown-up things.
Okay.
So here is my question for you: did you vote for Donald Trump?
Did I vote for Trump? Nah, I didn't vote for Trump.
Okay, we're gonna cut that out and play like you did vote for Donald Trump. All right. Just kidding. As a non-Trump voter, how are you feeling right now? We've had a month and a half of the second presidency term. You weren't excited about him getting elected. How are you feeling today?
Well, I mean, I feel the same way I felt, when he was elected. I mean, I wasn't surprised, and I was basically, my sentiment was like, yo, no matter who's in office, focus on getting money, empowering yourself, doing for your family and your community. Like, it doesn't matter really who's in office. It's important, but all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm kind of unfazed by it. I'm paying attention to it.
Okay.
I feel like it's like very erratic, and I'm just waiting to see the outcome of all of these things in relation to the government spending and
tariffs,
the efficiency. Yeah, I'm just waiting to see how it plays out. It's really, I feel it's kind of like I'm just sitting back and watching the show.
Yeah.
Because I'm really interested to see how it's gonna play out. Like, Elon's just up there, he's running the show, and it's like, okay, all right, this is the approach. All right, well,
does it look like Elon has too much power at this point?
I wouldn't even say too much power. I would say he has the power that he paid for.
Because you see what the money can buy.
Because if I give you $200 million and I win the election for you, then I could do whatever I want.
No, you gotta throw an extra 77 million on there. He gave him
277.
It's a lot.
277.
It costs a lot.
Yeah, I gotta round up. That's basically 3.
It's almost 3.
That's basically,
bro.
if I
So
get
you
you 300
short,
M's,
like,
then yeah, my son can be up here acting wild. I could be in here with sweatpants, so I could do whatever I want.
A ball cap, a peacoat.
It's a little disheartening, I guess, but I don't really experience those feelings on a daily basis. Like I just watch it and I'm just like, okay. Let me stay focused.
Bro, we already know, like, let's just mention the major things that Trump has done. We got to be thankful to Trump because he gave us TikTok back. I don't know where you were at when Trump gave us TikTok back. Bro, but I'm going to be real with you. Who did that? Which president did that?
So, well, let's get into it.
Bro, which one did that,
This was
he gave us Kodak Black back.
That kind of helped him out. That was a good move. When he did that, I was kind of like, all right, yo.
He gave us Wayne. He pardoned Wayne. You don't remember that?
I didn't remember that.
That was during the last election, but you know what I mean?
Like for future charges that he would have had? Well, what situation was Wayne in?
Wayne, I think he had more gun charges in New York at the time. Yeah.
What? Well, that's interesting. I didn't even hear about that.
I put the little blurb up on the screen. You can check it out. But yeah, he pardoned Wayne. That's why Wayne did the promotion during the 2020 election, I believe. And now he's giving us TikTok back, which is almost as good as Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? He brought us TikTok back, bro. The savior of TikTok, Donald J. Trump.
The fake savior. So
these niggas was so excited, bro. They were so excited. Bro, we have 45 days left of this. Okay. Some people really was condemning Donald Trump for 10 years straight. And then he gave us the TikTok back for 75 days. And they said, oh, my God, you're the best one ever. How are you feeling with your remainder of your 45 days or your 37 days or your 3 weeks or your 1 month, whatever it is?
Well, here's the thing. We got to look at it like this. So Trump actually he started this whole ban TikTok thing. He was one of the ones that was
Trump.
Yeah, he was advocating for TikTok to get banned years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta go back.
I gotta go look that up.
So it's very ironic that now you create a problem and then you give people the solution.
Amen.
So you get in office and you say, listen, get down or lay down.
Facts.
Right? And so
Beanie Siegel shit.
Meanwhile, the whole time you and your friends are conspiring to figure out how to buy it. So you create this ban, which was never, and you make people go crazy to the point where they're calling 911, they're panicking.
Well, let's blame the people who called 911 because TikTok was no longer on their phone.
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
Let's blame them for their actions because that's their psychosis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you create a problem, right?
Okay.
And then, meanwhile, the whole time you're working with TikTok, and it's a behind the scenes play.
What are you talking about? You build a problem, then you build a solution for a profit,
and then you bring it back a day later, right? It was like a day later, right?
It wasn't even a full day, bro. It was like 6 hours.
So then in all of the media that was released from TikTok says we would like to thank President Trump for all of his efforts and bring it. That was all over the press release.
He doesn't work at TikTok.
You know whose idea that was?
It was TikTok's idea, not Donald Trump.
I'm gonna give him the credit. So Trump, this is a good move for him, like, because amongst the Gen Z and people that don't really know what's going on, they just looking at it like, yo, he brought TikTok back. Hey, I don't care about nothing. You know what I'm saying? That was like we've seen that move before in media, you know what I'm saying, done before, where you psychologically, you make the people think like, oh, I'm really responsible for this. But really it's like, it's a whole nother play going on.
A notable but meaningless contribution. Like everybody sees it and notices it, but bro, this is meaningless, bro. First of all, you got us TikTok back. That's the thing that you got us back. And we only got it for 75 days.
We only got 75 more days of TikTok, y'all. So apparently they said that TikTok never really got unbanned and that Trump just extended the ban. That's why the app is not back in the App Store. So technically the app is still banned. They just letting us use it without getting updates, which I thought the app updated by itself. But apparently it don't, y'all. And technically, y'all, we don't even have 75 days no more. We technically only have around...
Homie, thanks.
First order of business,
hey,
man.
You know what I mean? I will say, so the day before TikTok was supposed to fold, I did think all of those people who have TikTok shops, TikTok creators, they make their income and living off of that joint.
Yeah.
I think they was appreciative of an extra hour or day.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, bro, them people making money.
Yeah.
And now they got to go figure it out. Like, because Instagram don't got that route. YouTube is a whole different game. Facebook is a whole different game. So I guess in a way it did help the economy.
There's way too much money involved. Like for it to get banned, it's just too much money involved. Too much data, the algorithm. Do you think TikTok is dangerous? Like, what's your opinion on the whole TikTok thing?
Oh yeah, TikTok is for a real Trojan horse. There's no question about it. They're utilizing the data that they're collecting to understand how we move. They're using that data to sell us products. They're using that data to influence our thoughts and our cultural practices in every single way.
Yeah.
And then they're manipulating the algorithm to promote certain agendas, for sure. And this is because TikTok isn't the sort of thing where you're actually curating your feed.
No.
Your feed is totally curated by some sort of random algorithm or sinister figure behind closed doors. That's really what's going on with TikTok. So,
and they have a different algorithm in China, right?
They have a different laws associated with it. Children, your TikTok is only going to deliver you educational content if you are signed in under a certain sort of account in China. So if you're beneath the age of 18, you can't get on TikTok after like 6 o'clock. It limits the number of the time frame that you're on there per day. I don't remember if it's 1 hour or 2 hours. And again, the content itself is totally educational content. Totally different. Only. So,
well, we got challenges and
you know what I mean.
I want to put a bottle on my head and
random made up skits, drama skits between black chicks and shit like that. That's what I see. So,
So, well, I mean, we just talked about both sides to it, right? So you got people that are, earning a living, and it's helping their businesses tremendously, and then you got the
consumers.
You know what I mean?
Which is the
majority.
Yeah. So you know what? After he did that, after he brought TikTok back, he issued the tariffs.
Yeah.
Which. So tariffs are taxes on imported goods.
Right.
And I think the whole goal of him implementing those tariffs the goal ultimately, I believe, is to get U.S. manufacturers to bring jobs back to the United States so that they're no longer importing their goods. So let's take a Ford manufacturer. They used to manufacture in Detroit. Then after NAFTA, North American Free Trade Agreement in the mid-90s, signed by Bill Clinton, Joe Biden, all those people, they exported the jobs overseas. That's why whenever you talk to somebody, y'all got different accents and understandings of the English language. They imported all of those jobs overseas. Companies saved massive amounts of money. But the middle class shrunk because those jobs, those were what made up the middle class.
Yeah.
Those manufacturing jobs, those call center jobs, whatever, that made up the middle class. The hope is that by putting these tariffs on products, Ford will bring, their car manufacturer, but more than that, their parts manufacturer back over to the United States. Apple has just announced that they're going to open a facility in Houston.
Texas.
Yeah. Employing 20,000 people. Should bring up about $400 million into that community per year.
Hey, that's huge.
That's huge for whoever lives right in Houston. I'm from Memphis. Elon Musk is building the biggest supercomputer in the world in Memphis, Tennessee. Again, that's set to employ about 5,000 people, and I'm not sure what the projected revenue is for the city of Memphis, but that's huge for us. And we don't want to forget our boy Ye. He been talking about manufacturing the shoes in Wyoming. That's why he bought the plant to begin with, to give people second chances, stuff like that. Now we're manufacturing in the United States. So these are important things.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Extremely important things. And on top of that, I think the biggest thing that Trump did, the most egregious thing he did, was start deporting people. And while that is affecting a lot of families, a lot of communities in a detrimental way, I won't even take time to speak on the positives, because it is affecting those families and those communities in a detrimental way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they can't all go, because then we'll see a lot of industries in America suffer. Agriculture, hospitality, restaurants, construction.
I think
we can't all go. I mean, we just gotta keep it real.
I think, again, that the hope is that those jobs are transported over to naturalized citizens. Again, I'm not.
But I'm saying we got okay.
I'm not. I'm not
When
condemning.
is the last
anybody.
time you stayed in a hotel?
Brother, I know who works there, bro.
But
I know who's in the kitchen.
Right, so I'm saying, who is? Does anybody that you know are they gonna go do that job?
Some of them need to, for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Some of them need to. So it's like, sometimes
you just know Americans, they're not gonna do certain jobs. Because you know why, but
yeah, man,
it's just like,
hey, but that, I mean, so it's two sides to it. Those people are essential workers, hard workers, loyal, humble people. It sucks that they're being uprooted at a moment where they're trying to provide for themselves and their families.
Yeah.
I did, however, hear this one dude be asked by Dr. Phil, "Yo, did you ever molest a child?" And the dude was like, "Kinda."
Oh,
so some of these people are criminals. So
that's a fact.
So
that's a fact.
Let's just, hopefully the government officials are doing their job well. Hopefully they're doing it thoroughly and deporting the right individuals.
Yeah.
And keeping the right individuals here.
I will say this though. It's like, I only see immigrants from Spanish speaking countries getting deported though. They're not the only illegal immigrants in the country.
They're not. Would you want to see more like Haitians?
I mean, I'm not gonna say I want to see.
I'm not gonna speak on it. I don't know.
I'm just saying I don't really see any European immigrants being rounded up and put in a van.
Well, I can't speak. I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm just. This is an observation.
I don't know. I don't even know about that. I'm gonna stay off of that topic. I think this is purely positive that Donald Trump has done. He appointed Alice Johnson as the pardon czar. So if you remember, Alice Johnson is the woman who was convicted for nonviolent drug offenses. She was in prison, I believe, over 30 years until Kim Kardashian started to work on her behalf with one of the agencies. I can't remember if it was I can't remember which agency, but she worked on behalf of Alice Johnson to get her freed. Donald Trump issued that pardon back in 2018, and now he has appointed Alice Johnson as a government official whose job is completely to find people who are imprisoned wrongfully.
Okay.
And oversee, their release.
Okay.
So that, I don't think we've ever had that in the United States of America. I haven't heard of it.
This is a new role?
I think it's a new role. And I think, whether or not, again, it's performative for the photo op, if she's given the opportunity to let anybody free, that's good news. So.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, there's a method to the madness, and you gotta really just try to look at the larger picture and the deeper meaning behind some of these things, like taking control of the Panama Canal and why he would want to do that, right? And how important waterways are in the grand scheme of things, like, you know, in global economies. Like, so when you just look at the headlines or the news, like, oh, he's saying this, he's doing that, like, it kind of looks crazy, like, yo, this guy's just doing whatever.
Yeah.
But he's not just doing whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so
he moving totally differently than any other president ever, as he did before. Yeah. But it's not always to our detriment.
Right.
Or, you know, without foresight and thought. So,
yeah. I truly feel like the last, you know, go round wasn't so great. And so now this time I feel like, because he has an ego, right?
Yeah, he does.
So I think he wants to show and prove people, like, oh, like, because, you know, he lost, right? So he like, I'm going to really show y'all, like, what I could really do now that I got now that I got everything, I got the money, I got the people, I got the team, I'm really going to show y'all what I could do. And it's, obviously he's helping himself, but I think I do think he wants to prove a point and help America. I think that. Yeah, and I'm not a Trumper, but that's how I really feel. Like,
I think he wants to be liked. I think that's a large motivation for him. I think he does want to be liked genuinely. So he's gonna end up doing something that people fuck with, just for that reason alone. Did you see what they did yesterday at I can't remember which department? I think housing and education.
What they do?
They went in, hackers came in and they put this video on all the screens. And just in case you can't see what this is a video of Donald Trump kissing Elon Musk's feet, and it says, "Long live the real king." So hackers broke into one of the departments and put this all over all the screens.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Hey, well,
there you go.
We will see.
We'll see. On that note, hey, everybody, lay off Nelly, okay? He's a good dude.
Oh, Nelly.
Lay off Nelly.
I mean, my thing with the whole Nelly situation, you talking about him performing at the crypto ball or the inauguration, or?
Yeah, him performing, but more so his comments afterwards.
That's what I was gonna more so say. Like, bro, just for me, like, just say, you know, it was an opportunity to get paid. You know,
I mean,
because that's what it is. Like, you know, if I want to paraphrase it, he was like, well, I mean, he already won. So it's not like I'm endorsing him, you know, and
that's kind of weak.
It's like, weak. Bro,
that's kind of weak.
No, he's the president. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, and I'm like,
don't talk out of both sides of your mouth.
Nelly, just say they offered you a bag and you wanted to take the bag.
Or just be even realer than that. Say I voted for him because I have a lot of money and we the ones who getting protected by cuz. Just keep it real or don't keep it real.
I mean,
or keep it fake. Whatever. It's your personal. This is politics. You don't have to tell me why you did what you did. I'm not tripping off the nigga for performing anyway. I know he got a bag for it. I know he got some consideration elsewhere for it, or if he didn't get it on that day, it's coming soon. You know, bro.
But hey, man, you know.
Here's my question. Okay, so if you work for a corporation that supports conservative vibes, are you in the wrong too? Because you take money from a conservative?
That's a good question.
Is Nelly just wrong because he got a lot more money than you and he took the money? Like, what is the rules of how you can exercise your autonomy
in this climate
and make money at the same time? Like, what are the rules?
That's a good question. I mean, I think it's up to. There's no rules. You know, it's up to the individual. Some people morally will not work for a company, you know, no matter how much money they're making, you know, if they feel as though they're complicit in any wrongdoing or something that goes against their values, right? And so, like, companies that invest in private prisons or that they have donated to said campaigns, there's some people that gonna quit. And then the people that don't quit but feel a way, they're not in the wrong, right? Because they gotta provide for their family, they gotta make money, they gotta pay their bills. but I think that it's no kind of rules to the situation. I think that if something is eating at you, you can't look at yourself in the mirror, then you need to make a change. But if if you just playing the game, which is what most people are doing, they're playing the game and the corporate game or whatever that is, whatever the entrepreneurial game, and to their benefit, that's they got the right to do that.
That's facts. And I guess the only problem is we all looking at people and putting our opinion out there on what they doing too, because it's like you have the right to do whichever you want to. If you want to put politics aside for finances and then take those finances to fight the good fight, hey, if you want to take those finances and spend them and blow a bag at the strip club, give me a hug style, that's cool too. Like, it's not really for everybody else to determine how you blow the bag that you amassed of your own free will. Like, it's like...
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
But when you said that, so it brought me back to one more thing, is the federal employee layoffs. Did you hear about that?
Oh, man. Well, how could I not?
So that's probably affected, friends and family. And so those people had to make that exact decision. Do I want to continue to work for this regime, or do I want to take my little severance bag and make new decisions, build a whole new lifestyle, find money elsewhere?
Yeah.
Hey man, whichever you chose, it's a hard decision. Yeah, and I don't envy you, because you gotta hold the family down at the end of the day. So
yeah, it's just unfortunate how that situation is played out. Where one of the most stable jobs, a government job, is now in jeopardy, right? And so this is affecting a lot of people. So you take the resignation, or you don't take the resignation, and then you got to kind of look over your shoulder and be like, damn, they're coming for me. Like, it's a precarious situation to be in for me. So
hopefully I don't eat my words, but I think we all been to the food stamp office before. I think we all been to the Social Security office before. I don't know if those people were very good at their jobs. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not in total disagreement with a lot of these people are doing absolutely nothing. Coming from a government, my job, myself, and then talking to people, whenever anybody deals with bureaucracy, why did I have to wait so long? Why did I get such a runaround? How come nobody could answer my question? My hope is, though some people are losing their job, I do hope that the rest of whoever gets the job after you can help.
Well, that is more about processes, right? And systems that are more efficient, keyword efficient, right?
Yeah.
So we will see, I hope for the best, for sure.
Hey, man, I know it's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow, man. No matter what, like you said at the beginning, if you are focusing less on that and more on this right here and making sure that you collecting success and achievement for the family, you know what?
That's what it's about, dog.
Just use the rules to your advantage. Just know the rules so you can circumvent them and use them to your advantage. That's really it, man.
That's really it.
And then when you get enough money, buy one of these niggas. For real. Okay. On that note, we were talking about young men today.